Hey guys, welcome back to the Chuck Bryant Show Unplugged. Yeah, I forgot my hat. My head is so bald that it probably sounds like the moon here. But hey, we got a legendary cowboy in his own mind. But
Yes, definitely.
anyway, he calls himself the well, I can't put words into people's mouths, so I'll just keep my mouth shut. You're on the Chuck Bryant Show Unplugged, where we ask the hard questions that might make you sweat. And on this side, we got Mike, and he's always no loss for words. So anyway, we'll be talking to him tonight. Mike, welcome to the Chuck Bryant Show Unplugged.
Hey, good to be here, my brother. How's things going down there where you're at?
Well, a little bit outside. It's about 41 degrees here, and it got up a little warmer today than it has been, but it's supposed to be down to 25 by tonight.
Yeah, I think that's about what it's supposed to be here. But there, yesterday was a nice day. A little chilly, but it was nice. Today was a beautiful day. I think we got up in 60s, I think. And but yeah, it's a little cool at night, but that's all right. I'm not out at night, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, Mike, we got 30 minutes, and I've got quite a
Okay.
few questions I got to ask you. And if you're in any of the social medias that we have, Mike will be able to chat with you and ask
Mm-hmm.
any questions or that. We're not promoting CDs or any night. We're promoting Mike's ministry, and this is what this about. And his ministry is about music.
Right.
He's a part of the Outlaws between him and that other guy. I can't remember that other guy's name, but Lonnie Hardy, Pastor
Lonnie
Lonnie
Hardy,
Hardy, and stuff.
my
And
partner in crime.
yeah, he's a crime, all right, but we don't know which one of y'all's the outlaw and which one of you's the preacher. So we'll just leave it at that. So, Mike, tell us a little bit how you got started in your ministry.
Well, Chuck, it started over 20 years ago. Actually, I could probably go back to when I was just a little boy. Um, in my dad's church, the very first song I ever sang by myself was an old Dottie Rambo song, and I couldn't even hardly see over the pulpit. And I had the love for music back then, and I had no idea that over the years as I gotten older that it would come to this state in my life, and I'm grateful and I'm blessed for what God has done for us. And but I figured about 20 a little over 20 years ago is when I started going out on my own as a solo artist, and God has blessed in different ways during all this time, and I don't see a stopping point. That at first I thought I was kind of seeing a stopping point, but God opened up another door, and as long as He keeps opening up the doors, we're going to keep walking through.
Amen. Amen. So, right now, what do you've got on the horizon for your ministry in the next 6 to a year?
Well, of course, this year we signed on with a new label, and it's called Red Country Promotions, and they're doing wonderful with our music. And I got some really good news a while ago with one of my songs, and that you have that you play,
I
and
do.
and I'm grateful for it. And I just found out that the song is possibly at number 26 on the charts right now with Singing News. And of course, Singing News started charting with country gospel also, along with Southern gospel.
Right.
So, so as of right now that he really hasn't gotten the whole numbers yet, but he said right now it's looking at 26, and I just released the song last month. So,
He called me about an hour ago, and I was in the middle of doing dishes, and that's when
actually, he called me too.
yeah, what that I
That's
was
when he
doing
told me.
dishes. I was in the middle of taking care of Donna, and I said, I can't, this is not a good time to call me
Right.
at night. Call me when I'm in the studios, which is pretty much all day,
Yeah.
except when I'm at the country station I work at.
He either called me before he called you or called you after he talked to me. I don't know which. But anyway, it was around
I
about
think
that time.
I was thinking it's somewhere between 6:30 my time and 7 because I was texting you back and forth when he started texting me.
Yeah, okay, because that was afterwards then. That was after he talked to me.
And see, I got somebody handling my country charts with Branson, Chattanooga Gospel,
Mm-hmm.
and Country Gold's a different entity altogether because it's all country.
Right. Well,
So
I
tell
just,
us,
I want to say thank you for playing our music. And, if it wasn't for stations like WOTG and all the other stations that you have and all the other stations around the world, and with your listeners and all the other listeners around the world is what made this song possible to be up, to debut that high on the charts. And I'm grateful. I'm just overwhelmed,
well, tell us about the making of this song.
The song is called "I Let It Go" for a song. Now,
Imagine that.
a dear friend, a dear friend of mine that I used to share stages with back when I was first getting started into the business, and was named by the name of Kevin Wright. And Kevin is a great songwriter, great singer, and but this particular song here, I was listening to some music for my next project, or well, at that time, I mean, I've already got the song out, so it's not my next project, my last project. But anyway, I just got listening to it, and I had an old CD of Kevin and his group doing a live concert as a live CD, and I ran across that song, and I thought, wow, it talks about as and I kind of give it kind of a little testimony type because I feel like that the song is speaking to me because it starts out as Dad always told me to go for my goals, but be careful. Be careful of schemes because there's a lot of organizations out there that are just going to take you to the cleaners if you're not careful. And he knew before my dad passed away. And of course, he passed away a year ago this last Christmas. Um, he always said he knew that this was my dream to minister as a solo artist and to sing on stages, and God has blessed us with that. We've been on several big stages, and we've been on several small stages, and to me, it doesn't matter. It's the people that are listening. As long as I can touch their hearts, that's what I'm after. I don't care how many people I'm singing to, as long as they're getting blessed. And I'm grateful for that. And that's how the song, when the song ministers to me, then as much as that song did, then that's the one I want to put out there, and hope it ministers to other people. And after hearing the number on the chart, it's ministering to a lot of people, and I'm just grateful. I'm just so excited right now with what's happening.
And again, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So so you've been ministering the biggest part of ever since you was a grasshopper, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, my question is, how did you get that cowboy hat to stay on a grasshopper's head? That's what I'm trying to think.
Well,
Because I mean, if I scratch my head, I mean, I've actually seen you without the hat. I didn't want to say anything, but
the thing is about the cowboy hat. I didn't always wear the cowboy hat. This whole thing took place. You was talking about the Outlaws. This whole thing took place back in 2016, I believe, 16 or 17.
it was 2000. I think if I'm not mistaken, when me and my old partner got together,
Right.
I think y'all started it. It was the latter part of 2017 to part 18 because
Okay. Yeah.
Gunner was still alive at that time.
Right. Yeah. And well, anyway, the
Not to start
partner
an
that you're
argument
referring
with you.
to, he done a show on Branson Gospel Radio,
Yes.
and he called me up. He says, "I feel like God wants me to do something," and I'm like, "Okay, what is it He's wanting you to do?" He said, "I think He wants me to put together a movement." And I said, "What are you talking about?" Now he said, "The music that you do." And of course, like I said, at that time, I didn't wear the cowboy hat that much.
Right. Right.
Because a lot of churches just don't go for it. They don't go for the hat in the services. But they're starting to come around. They're starting to allow us to happen. But he said, I want to put three guys together, a cowboy, a preacher, and a biker. I said, what are you talking about? He said, I want to put you guys on the road together. I said, all right, who do you got in mind? Well, he told me Gunner Carr was one of them.
Right.
At that moment, I knew of Gunner, but I didn't really know who Gunner was.
He was a great guy.
Oh, it was awesome. Matter of fact, I believe I met Gunner through Sunshine Road, our friend Sunshine Road.
Possibility.
And but then at the moment after Gunner, he had an idea. He was going to put in Michael Knight, which Michael Knight's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine. But Michael's schedule would not allow him to travel with us. So he started looking around for someone else. And that's when Lonnie had came out with that song, Rebel Flag. And he also came out with the song Appalachian War Cry. And
I thought it was that hum there for a minute because you were humming a good tune.
I'm trying to think here. And that really made the DJ really look towards Lonnie and with the two songs because they are totally they're both great songs and they are totally outlaw, especially Rebel Flag.
Right.
Lonnie's told me he's had so much flack over that Rebel Flag it ain't even funny. But once you hear the words to the song, you'll realize what the song is actually talking about.
And that's very understandable. The thing about it, people, it was a part of our history.
Yes.
And we won't get in a whole lot of that, but it's a part of our history that we had no control over.
Right. That's true.
We're part of this generation here now that has a whole with Christian country music, Southern gospel, country, rock, whatever it may be. We're in the new millennium that is taking place in and we've been in this decade now since we left the 20th century. We're in the 21st century.
Yeah.
I hope I got that right, or I may get some flack for that. But we went through the early part of the 2000s. We've been through the teens, and now we're into the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 2024, and boy, is it racking up as quick as it can.
It is. And actually, the song "Rebel Flag" it doesn't even talk about that flag.
Yeah,
it talks about the Christian flag. And I just want to say, if you listen to the words, you'll understand what the song is actually talking about. And yourself, with today's times, the Christian flag is becoming a rebel. People are just they're so down right now with what's going on, and all they got to do is just turn to the Lord, and even the scripture says this stuff's going to happen. Well, but we need to look up to that Christian flag, along with the American flag.
It's like you're saying, it's not just a Christian thing. Cindy Reynolds sings a song, that old beat up Bible.
Right. Yeah.
And our flag is beat up from the wars that have taken place all over.
Yeah.
this this time. And I'm talking going all the way back to the Renaissance and
Mhm.
everything else, because the Christian flag has been beat up. It's not just standing there with the American flag. It fought long, hard battles all the way up
Exactly.
until our
Exactly.
freedom.
Exactly. I
So
mean, this
move.
country is founded on Christian men with good values, and we need to keep it that way.
Well, the first Continental Congress that took place, half of the people, half of the gentlemen that were in there writing the bills were Christian ministers
Right.
through the different denominations that were around at that time. I had somebody here tell me here a while back, Mike, that the Pentecostals, the Church of God, and the Assemblies of God, they had people in there too, and I just let it go. I just let it go. I said, and after we got done talking, I said, I hate to break the bubble to you. I said, the Church of God started their movement in the 1800s. And I
Right.
said, the Assemblies of God started theirs in the early 1900s. And I said, but the rest of them, the Methodists, the Mennonites, the Church of the Brethren, and the
Yeah.
Baptists, they were all there help writing that. And there was a lot of good men, a lot of good ministers that were there, that once they put their name on that piece of paper, they fled their lives. Some made it to the end, and some was there when they started the writing out the amendments and everything else with the Constitution when we became a nation.
Right. And it's not about the denomination,
It's not.
and it's what's in your heart.
Yeah.
If there is such a division in denomination anymore, I don't even like to claim. So actually, I go to a Baptist church. I was raised Pentecostal, but it doesn't matter what's over that church door. It's what's over your heart's door. That's
Right.
what matters.
I've told them
And
all. I've had preachers come up to me and said, well, you're in the Baptist church and you need to leave that other stuff." And I'm like, "Well, let me explain something to you. Since we are on the cattle or the cowboy thing, there is no cattle shoots when you go to heaven.
that's
There's
right.
not going to be one. Well, you're Methodist, you go over here. You're Catholic here. You're Pentecostal here. You're Baptist here. You're Meth. No, that don't happen.
That's true.
Jesus said
That's
there is
so
only
true.
one way, and it's through me. And the last time I checked, it wasn't all that other stuff.
That's right.
But
That's right.
anyway, Mike, what's what's tell us some of the tours that you got coming up for this summer.
We are working on one with the label. Um, as a matter of fact, here in a few weeks, I'm going to be hooking up with my promoter in Nashville, and we're going to sit down. We're going to talk over some things, and I'm kind of working on a tour for North Carolina. I've never been to North Carolina singing. I've been through there a lot, but I've never been there ministering, and I'm really looking forward to getting something going down that way, and
Hallelujah.
hoping I can get down in your area this year. We've decided that we're going to try to expand our goings a little further out. And now that this label is working so hard for me and not against me, uh, I can't say enough good things about Red Country promotions, and because it's a great. I believe it's a God thing that put us together, and of course we got a service coming up in Alabama, around what is it, Clanton, Alabama. I don't have my calendar right here in front of me, or I tell you what the date is. But they can go to my Facebook. I'll be posting stuff on my Facebook, and of course my wife, she's getting a calendar. So, but
I hope that you don't make Miss Linda have to use that rolling pin on you a little bit more. You may
oh,
have
she
to wear
does that
two
all the
Cowboys
time
hats.
anyway.
May
That's why I keep
26th.
my hat on, because I got knots on my head.
I'm telling you, I got a
Uh,
few back there too.
May 26th, we will be in Clanton, Alabama. Um, It'll be our second time at this particular church, and I'm really excited about getting back over there. And like I said, as far as the North Carolina area, we're making some phone calls, trying to get some stuff set up down there, and along with that, we're going to be making some phone calls there in the Georgia area, in your area, and if anybody's listening, if you want this ministry to come into your church, feel free to get in touch with me or get in touch with the label. Either way is good. You can catch me on Facebook. You can catch me on Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok. I don't do a lot on TikTok. I put some videos and stuff on there. Or you can go to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
And we got some projects that we're fixing to be putting on there because I take care of your YouTube channel for you.
Yeah. I'm going back into the studio the 8th of March, and we're going to be working on a brand new project. It's going to have some great music on it, so you'll be getting some more music from me off of that particular project when we get ready to start sending it out, when the label allows me to send some stuff out. Right now, I Let It Go for a Song is just doing too well right now to put something else in its place. I'm kind of curious about just how high it's going to go on the charts.
And we're thanking God for that, because
exactly, yeah,
it went from 100 to 26 pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think I don't
know if it actually went to 100.
I think you've been going to Indianapolis and putting a little speed on that thing there.
It actually, the song debuted. It debuted at 26. So I'm just grateful on this particular chart. Now I don't know how many other charts that it's on right now. Since I've gotten with this label here, I'm not sure about all the other charts. The the label I was with, I was only following 3 particular charts, and but now I've gotten with this label here, and the song is getting out on some other charts that I'm not familiar with.
It's at 46 on our charts.
46. Okay, so I'm still doing good. It's still good. I thank God for it.
And the rotation from when we launched it back in December. So I think you're up to like 100 and I want to say 146 spins.
I tell you what, Chuck, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to your listeners. Anybody's listening, call him up, send him messages, request these songs, because I want to know if you're being blessed by them. Mm-hmm. I mean, as far as money wise, I'm not getting a dime out of it for playing it, but it makes me feel good to knowing that I'm blessing hearts, and that's what I'm doing this for. Is to bless people.
I think when we first started working on this project, getting it ready to launch and everything, I think, what song was it I told you I thought you should have launched?
I don't remember.
I think it was about this. It was about a song, because
Let It Go for a Song. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've talked to different promoters about that song.
Yeah.
And they said, of course, it's over 4 minutes, and a lot of stations just won't play a song that long. But I was in radio years ago. I played them long songs if it had a good message.
Correct.
And it doesn't matter how long or how short or how long. If it's got a good message, I'm going to play it.
Well, let's put it like this. And not to bring up any rock and roll songs or anything else like that, but you take a song that Axl Rose did called Cold November Rain.
Yeah.
That was
how long that song was.
Huh?
Look how long that song was.
It was 7.5 minutes. And there's been some other songs out there by other artists that has crossed over from country to rock, pop, jazz, and everything else. And if the listener loves the artist, they're going to listen to it.
Right. That's true. That is true.
And if you're listening to the lyrics of this song, you know, you really got to listen to it instead of saying, "Hey, it's got a great beat to it." Are people really listening to the song?
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, and that's another reason too I wanted to release that song. I knew the song would do very well on the charts. I really wasn't expecting it to do this well, this quick.
Right.
You know, I've had other songs on the charts, and I've had 2 number 1s, but it took a while to get to that number 1 spot with these songs.
Right.
And now this one here, with just within a month or two, has already jumped up as much as it has. I know it's God, and when I called Kevin up and asked him if I could do that song, if I got his permission to do it, and he said I could, and Kevin never did. The only time that song was ever recorded was on that live CD. He said, you know, what's on is really, I've never done it, never recorded the song, never done anything with it, except we did it on that live CD. And now it's been, now since I got it, it's been played all over the world.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and it's, I give God all the glory for it. You know, there's, and I give the people, the listeners, you know yourself, they are very loud spoken when
Yes,
they like something. Yeah, and evidently they're really liking this song, and I'm just so thrilled. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate what you guys do for us out there.
Well, in closing, Mike, tell us, as if we're wanting to get a CD
Mm-hmm.
from this, how do we get in touch with you?
Okay.
If we're a pastor or a church or somebody that's wanting to have an event, how do we get in touch with you?
Well, there's several different ways. You can go to my email, wellmanministries@yahoo.com. I do have a website right now. It's under construction. We're revamping it, so it's not quite up yet and running. But you can go to my Facebook page. Mike Wellman Ministries was my fan page, or my personal page is just Mike Wellman. And or you can call at 870-565-6108 or 870-565-6109. Or you can call my promoter, the label, and I look up their number. Let's see, the number of the label is 828-260-2010. And so I'm very easy to get in contact with. I'm not hard to find. Or they can get a hold of you there at the radio station.
Oh, yes, I can.
And but again, folks, I really do appreciate, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you listening to my music and getting it up to where it's at. And I'm just grateful. And there's going to be some more great music to come.
And Mike, we'll have you back on here, I'm sure, from time to time, talking about what's going on and everything else. Mike, hold the video right there, and let me go ahead and close with our audience, and I'll be right back to you.
All right. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm so glad for y'all to be here with us with Mike tonight, and as he talked about his ministry, and also with Sheldon Klein in Red Hen Country Promotions out of North Carolina. Sheldon's doing a lot of stuff with a lot of artists out there, and we're also a part of his label. Well, anyway, it's been such a great honor to be with y'all tonight, and here on the Chuck Bryant Show Unplugged, the unplugged version of where anything can happen in any type of question. We asked all the hard questions that may make the artist sweat. But anyway, we thank you for being a part of our show tonight. And this video is out on all of our social medias, so you can catch it there. Have a great night. God bless you. And we will see you again on the Chuck Bryant Show Unplugged.